whiskey lovers, and welcome to another one of Mark's Whiskey Ramblings. And today I will be talking to you about Glenallachie. Glen what? Glenallachie. Glen what? You've never heard of Glenallachie? Not to worry, not many people have. And that is because this Speyside distillery produces almost exclusively for the blending industry. Now Glenallachie, the Speyside distillery, is very young. It's not even been around for 50 years. It's less than half a century old. It was founded in 1967 and now it is owned by Chivas Brothers. Glenallachie, by the way, is Gaelic, and that means the Glen of Allachie, or the Valley of the Rocks. So Rocky Valley, more or less. Like I said, it is currently owned by Chivas Brothers, and they use the Glenallachie malt for their various blends, of course. Less than 2% is bottled as a single malt, and there are hardly any official bottlings available. So if you want to try Glenallachie as a single malt, you will have to turn to independent bottlers. 98% goes to the blending industry. So there you have it. Now, independent bottlings of Glenallachie, there's plenty of those, The usual suspects, Signatree, Douglas Lane, there's Gorna MacPhail, but also quite a few Belgian bottlers have tried Glenallachie as well, and this is one of those. This is a rather young Glenallachie. It was distilled in 2004, bottled in 2015. It is only 9 years old. Now, this single malt was bottled exclusively for a Belgian whiskey club called Maltlovers. They're from Antwerp, my neck of the woods. Although I live in Ghent for over a decade now, but I was born in Antwerp, so I have a bit of affinity with these boys from Antwerp, the Maltlovers, and this is their very first bottling, in fact, and they called it the Maltlover Edition 1. And the godfather of this bottling is Alex Agnew. This is the Alex Agnew edition. Now, Alex Agnew, I'm not sure if you know this person, he's the frontman of Diablo Boulevard, a heavy metal band, but he's also a rather well-known stand-up comedian in Belgium. Anyway, he is the godfather of this first bottling of Glenallachie by the Maltlovers, and the drummer of Diablo Boulevard, Chris Martens, he came up with this beautiful, beautiful label. Now, this comes from the stable of the Belgian bottler, the Whiskey Mercenary, Jurgen Vromans, and he selected this cask for the Maltlovers. So like I said, quite young, 9 years old only, but a good way to get in touch with Glenallachie as a single malt. So it is a single cask, and it is bottled at a cask strength, a whopping 50.7%, and the colour is a full gold, but the dram comes down the glass. I suspect this will have a medium body. Not full-bodied, but it's not light-bodied either, so that's good. It's got this nice full golden colour on the nose. Woo, very sweet. This is a candy shop. I get some toffee sweets, some violets, the purple hard candy, loads of caramel, but also some aniseed in there, hinting at some salty licorice. There is some fruit in there. I get some golden delicious apples, but I also get some overripe apricots. Overripe apricots. It's a touch floral, maybe some heathery flowers. The nose is quite simple, but quite pleasant as well. But like I said, very sweet on the palate then. Well, it's soft. Despite the 50.7%, it's soft upon arrival, honey sweet. It's mildly sour though. It has the apples and the apricots, but now some citrus kicks in. Quite a lot actually. Some candied grapefruit, and that probably takes care of that little sour note. It's not enough note, mind you. But again, toffee apples, toffee sweets. This is very sweet. This is liquid candy. On the finish then, the finish is not very long. Not very long at all. It's gone before you know it. But so a short finish, but still, I get some spices at the death. At the very end, at the back of your throat, I get some pepper and nutmeg. Well, this is a fun whiskey for sipping in the sun like I'm doing right now. It's nothing too fancy. It's not an overthinking whiskey. It's not a whiskey you have to discuss or anything. This is a sipper's whiskey, or a card player's whiskey, as I'd like to express such type of single malt. But it's dangerously easy. It was 60, 63 euros, something like that, but unfortunately it is completely sold out. There weren't that many bottles to begin with. But it does go to show that it is a rather straightforward, easygoing, sweet malt, and that is probably why Glenallachie is so popular, let me put it that way, in blends. This is truly a good blending whiskey, a blender's whiskey. But I have to say, it does stand on its own as a single malt in this case, although you will need to have a sweet tooth, because this is a liquid candy shop. Amazing. And that's it for this Whisky Rambling, and I hope to see you again at one of Mark's Whisky Ramblings real soon. And until then, may the malt be with you.